So I just had a realization that kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. And it's that we are ultimately a product of our decisions. Who we decide to be in each moment, what we decide to do with our time, who we decide to hang out with, what hobbies we decide to have, all these things are things that we decide. And they ultimately derive from who we are being in each moment. What does that person do? How do they spend their time? Who do they hang out with? All these different things are based on who you believe yourself to be. And I think I've been thinking about this concept a lot lately, especially just things that I've been watching, and especially in the past, I would say, day and a half, I've been on this really intense financial literacy wave where I'm like, I need to learn everything about how I can better set myself up for the future. And the wealthiest people, they don't think in, oh, what do I want to be doing with my time right now, or maybe even in the next 3 years. They're thinking in decades. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if I really think about my life in terms of decades, where do I want to be a decade from now, 2 decades from now, 3 decades from now, right? It changes what I'm actually able to accomplish and do. And I can think bigger and know that I have the time to do it. Versus if you're trying to get rich quick, you're trying to lose weight quick, you're trying to climb the corporate ladder quick. I think it's better to take more time to build something of value that has a foundation as opposed to building something on quicksand and expecting it to, I guess, feed your ego. But it's really only feeding your ego because there's nothing to show for it. Like, who cares if you're famous if you have no money to show for it, right? Who cares if you have all these clothes and you live in this house if you can't stop working? You know, like certain things like that. Like, or if you have bad relationships with your family members or anything like that. I think wealth is being able to do whatever you want at any point in time with people that you love. And you can choose who you spend your time with. Like, that is something that is so important because depending upon the people that you're around, they're going to be thinking on a certain level. And if you want to maybe rise in that level or anything like that, you're going to then have to put yourself around different people because the people that you're around all the time, they're ultimately thinking in the way that you're thinking, which is why you resonate with them on that vibrational level, right? That's why they're in your vicinity and you're having conversations with them and you're just adopting certain attitudes, mindsets, whatever, right? So in order to combat that and to actually see yourself as being valuable of a wealthier life in all aspects, you have to start analyzing your own mindset first, obviously. And as you become aware of your own limiting beliefs and all of that, then you can start to recognize it in the people around you because they're reflecting back to you what you have going on inside of your head. And that's why I think it's so interesting to ask questions, but don't ever come at it from a judgmental place because ultimately the world is your mirror. So if you're encountering specific types of people or whatever, there's a lesson in that. And you have to ask yourself, what does this say about what I've got running on in my mind? And how do I really break down those beliefs or just adopt a new belief? I would say that's an even easier way. Like, how do I adopt a new belief about myself? Right? And I think in me thinking about this when it comes to my finances, I feel really powerful because I'm like, oh shit, if I can really plan like for the next 30 years, where do I want to be? Like, where do I want my net worth to be, right? Like, yeah, sure, wherever it is right now, that's fine. But where do I want it to be in 30 years? And what moves can I make today and for the next 30 years that will set me up to get there in 30 years? And that becomes more exciting than thinking about, oh, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? Like, oh, am I going to go become an investment banker and that's going to be my career for the rest of my life? Am I going to go become a fitness instructor and that's going to be my career for the rest of my life? Am I going to go and do this and do that, right? Or can I just set myself up to have a certain amount of money in the bank, right? Or like certain net worth, whereby it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like, I set myself up financially so I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to pick up the guitar and jam out on the guitar for 2 to 3 years, I can do that. You know why? Because I have dividend income that's coming in and I don't have to worry about paying any of my bills because I set myself up so that I could do whatever I wanted. I had the funds, the means to do it. And I think that's really what people want. At least that's what I want. I don't care to choose a profession and say, I'm going to stick with this forever. I think I'm more so of the mindset that I have a lot of interests, okay? I like this thing one day. I don't like this thing the next day. I like this thing, do it for a little, then I get tired of it. And it's like, you have to figure out a way to ultimately kind of like construct your life through your finances, whereby it doesn't really matter for you to have the traditional career path thing. You can just vibe out and set yourself up financially to vibe out. And like, that is where my head is right now. I want to vibe out. I'm not trying to climb any corporate ladders. I want to learn stuff for sure. I definitely want to learn stuff, but I really just want to get to a point where I can live off my investments and I can do whatever I want. And that's my goal in life. I realize that is my goal in life. I want to be able to do whatever the hell I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. And I'm always making money because I set myself up financially to where I get to really just live my life. Oh, like, that's the dream. That's the dream. That's the dream.